Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 12 of our football previews. And this week we have the regional semifinals with Valley facing off in against Ashland Crestview, and West taking on Winford. So it's going to be an interesting week of football, and only two games that really matter here. There's other area teams playing, but the ones that our readers will be caring about will be taking place later tonight. Let's start with the Valley game. It's the game you'll be covering, and you talked to Darren Crabtree earlier this week.
Yeah, and talking to Darren this week, he's really glad that his team was able to get a win. I know it was their first playoff appearance since 2005. Trying to go in and get some of the jitters out that they had against the Ridgewood team that their seniors had made 4 straight playoff appearances. So experience was not on the Indian side, but they were able to go in and prevail. I know they had. You were at that game last week. You talked about how special teams was a big thing, turnovers. They were able to kind of win despite the turnovers. Now, once you get farther and farther into the season, turnovers could kill you.
Oh, just like every week in the regular season, things become more amplified when you're in the playoffs. And the other game will be the one that I'll be at, will be in Reynoldsburg, and it'll be West and Winford. And that's going to be an interesting game because Winford is a top seed in Region 19. They're undefeated, and they've been rolling teams and have played an okay schedule so far. Last week, they won a 33-7 game, I believe.
Over Smithville.
Smithville, and it was quarterback Zach Chatelain, who is really their star even as a sophomore. He threw for 3 touchdowns, 195 yards in that game. And his leading weapon as far as passing the ball is senior wide receiver number 5, Seth Rawl. He had 122 yards in one of the touchdowns, and he's the real deal. Coach Bob Schaefer said he has no wasted motion. He is always getting towards the space between defenders, and it'll be a real task for a West defense that's done a good job of slowing teams down, holding them to about 183 yards per game on offense. It'll be a real test this week against a passing attack that, it's tough to stop.
Mm-hmm. And I was at the West game last week, and you know how I talked about earlier how Valley was able to win despite only going in and having 2 turnovers against them. The West Senators were able to use 5 turnovers against Nelsonville York to win, 4 interceptions and a fumble recovery. Again, defense is going to be very big for the West Senators as they go up against the Royals.
Mm-hmm. I'll pick up a copy of the Portsmouth Daily Times today to read our previews and have more details of these games, and follow our in-game updates on Twitter, as we'll both be on the scene. Thanks for tuning in.